Hello, my name is Ayana Hinton.
Hello, my name is Annabelle Edwards.
Hi, I'm Rebecca.
And I'm a professor in the biology department at Denison University.
I teach in the chemistry and biochemistry department.
And I am a peer learning strategist.
Hey, leaders and learners, Leonard Geddes here, founder of the LearnWell project, where my mission is to make learning more visible, more manageable, and more effective for more success. I want to talk today about coalescing around success. Coalescing around success. As we all come back for the spring semester, many institutions have had conversations over the break to discuss student performance. I hope those conversations have been productive and that the numbers have been positive. But whether the numbers have been positive or not, I want to share a story that will hopefully help you kick off the spring semester well. I'm going to let the members of this institution tell their stories themselves, but just to create a context around it, back in 2018, I was contacted by this institution to solve a problem that their institutional data showed, which was lower performance amongst certain students in their sciences division. They were going to go in one direction, and I recommended a different direction, and it completely put them on a path of success. In fact, in my consulting report, I called it Clearing the Path, and it was where we removed obstacles so that their students could have higher academic success. It was a phenomenal project. I enjoyed working with the community, great educators, committed students. However, I noticed that there was a lot of what I call in my book, How to Successfully Transition Students into College. There's a lot of pseudo work, which is things that people are doing that look good, feel good. They look good on reports maybe, but they don't actually achieve the results that we're looking for. Pseudo work happens amongst students, it happens amongst faculty, and I was delighted to see these faculty members have the success that they warranted, that their efforts and expertise warranted, and to see the students thrive in academic settings. Again, this was an environment where the students were already high caliber students. They were already committed. They were studious, going to class, checking off all of the boxes that we would have for students that would determine their academic success. But there were some features within the environment and some elements within students' own perspective and practices for academic work that were not allowing them to enjoy the success that they desired and were working for. And it also was hindering the faculty and the institution as a whole from achieving the results. And so I was able to check back with the institution after we kind of ended the consultancy right as the pandemic hit. And it was so inspiring to hear that the results are still happening, as you'll hear in their own words. So you're going to hear from a few faculty from this institution. You'll also hear from a student. And I should say that the student is going to mention an acronym, PLS. It stands for Peer Learning Strategist. This was one of the elements that I added to their learning environment that was completely transformative among students and developed a strong academic competence that was lacking amongst these high caliber students. And so check it out. I love to hear how their story resonates with you. Hopefully it inspires you. And at the end of this semester, you'll have the type of success that they have enjoyed. So thank you. And please reach out to me if you like this story, if it resonates with you, and if you'd like to hear more success stories like this.
We worked with Leonard Geddes, not just the biology department, but the science division, to develop a peer learning strategist program as part of a larger initiative in our science division to increase the retention and success of students who are either underrepresented in STEM fields or first-generation students. We are retaining more students of color and first-generation students in science majors beyond the first few introductory level courses.
Developing students' metacognitive skills is a lifelong journey and adventure. This package of skills is projected to be immensely valuable through at least the year 2030. The metacognitive skill set you and your peers gain will help you thrive in future scholarship endeavors and in your professional and personal lives.
I am now better prepared and better able to assist my learners in developing methods to practice applying the deeper level thinking skills and the content that their professors consider important in their classes.
Task number 1, help students cognitively contextualize the course. Students need to know the overarching modes of thinking that are valued in a course. When students possess the foreknowledge of how they must think about the material in a course, they can deliberately plan their thinking. For example, a student studying derivatives and chain rule in a Calculus 1 course will be better equipped if he knew in advance that the professor will test the class's knowledge with problems that require them to analyze the relationships between derivatives and chain rule. Using this foreknowledge, the student could ensure that he activated the correct modes of thinking during studying, which would have ensured a successful test experience.
As they come in or they come into a harder upper level class, they're overwhelmed by the jump in expectations related to understanding the material and the intricacies of the material. And they certainly can get there. They can get to making all of those connections, but they don't necessarily, until they step back and see the larger framework, see how all the pieces connect, that's when they find success. I think the framework that Leonard provided us with is until they step back and see the larger framework, see how all the pieces connect, that's when they find success. This is one of the things that I think it's really important to emphasize to our students that are working as learning strategists and also working with the learners, is that this program is not tutoring. It is using these ideas of how they connect to material. They use this in early classes, they use this in mid-level and upper level classes. They're going to use this in whatever learning that happens beyond their undergraduate degree. And it is these skills that they are building. We are building success, not just for in our courses, with these ways of organizing information, organizing their learning, ways of connecting the content to the conceptual framework, that this is something that's key. This is equipping them as first years when they first encounter some of these ideas. And then when I see the students that are trained as peer learning strategists, I see them in these upper level courses, they can make these connections. They have more success. And I think for me, that's been one of the most exciting and rewarding aspects, is to see the students not only transition and gain confidence early on, but use that confidence in later courses. And I can trust that they're also going to use these skills as they move forward.
One of the big early successes is that these students are more confident. They don't seem to be as discouraged when they don't do well on early exams. And really, many of them are just doing better on early exams. We are retaining more students of color and first generation students in science majors beyond the first few introductory level courses. And they have told me how that training has helped them be successful in multiple science courses.
And I think the program has been a real boon for building community amongst our students, amongst faculty, and really seeding good learning conversations from the faculty and with each other and between faculty and students as well.
Remember, if students think well, they will learn well and perform well in school, work, and in life.